look at me now and open up and let the words come sure enough that you can feel just what you want to say to me, and let the day take us where we want it to be, so that we can see a way to go from here. We have all had the time to make amends for wrongs of time, but now's the time to go and open love's door forever, and open it to see a world differently, so we will be standing in love's open door. Love's open door. Take my hand and walk with me.
And yes, indeed, we are here with you on a Tuesday evening, and it's just a little bit past 7, and it's Eastern Standard Time, so we are on the East Coast, and wherever you are, we hope you're doing well. I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are really glad to connect with you. We were scheduled to be part of someone's event, and well, interestingly enough, the internet went down, and I've got Helena here, and we are ready for something. So we said, hey, we're gonna pop on Facebook and say hi to everyone. And we really want to let you know that these are really serious times. The times that we're in are times that things are very unpredictable. And look, you think you have something planned and the internet goes down in a particular town in a province, actually in Canada. So you don't know what to expect. And 2020 has been a roller coaster of some interesting happenings. I don't want to say it's all bad, but it's definitely taken some twists and turns. And it's kind of like that horror movie that you watch at times, and in the end, you know everyone's going to be okay, but it gets really scary in the middle of it, and you're eating the popcorn and you see the person opening the door, and you're sitting on your couch and you're like, no, don't open the door. And then it's too late, right? So that's what it feels like a lot of 2020, that, you know, we're afraid to open the next door. We're afraid to step into something new. We don't know what to expect. I heard some things on the news today, which I don't listen to often, but, you know, they were talking and speculating of things that could happen in the weeks to come. And I was just like, oh man, people. And so here we are, heart to heart, straight talk here for all of you, because I know you're all going through your own trials and tribulations and struggles, and you're also stepping into your own divine self. You know, I was blessed. I was really blessed today to sit in front of someone who really felt that life had thrown them a curveball. And I was really impressed by this individual. A tragic event happened right after their 18th birthday, and their whole life got turned around. And even they have these moments of like, you know, how do I get back to who I am? And I want everyone to know that it's not a matter of going back to who we were. It's about evolving into the being that we've come to be. It is about the evolution of self during these times that are unfamiliar. And you've all been doing so well. Don't give in now and give up and say, oh man, here we go again. Do the best you can. Honor yourself. Take good care of yourself. And be kind. It's the holiday season. It's the holiday season, right? And in this holiday season, you've got to feel the kindness and the love. This is what is around you if you choose to open up and allow it to come in. But I know it's not been easy. And, you know, we're getting a lot of misinformation. We're getting, I don't know, fake news, right? So you have to discern what resonates with you, what impacts you, and what your truth is. And as you do that, you're going to find that you find the answers that you're looking for. And maybe some of you are going to find the answers that you've always been looking for because you stood still long enough to pay attention. You know, the universe is watching and they're orchestrating along with you. So as you speak it, it shall become. So how many of you are speaking into existence more of the same? And how many others of you are speaking into existence something new, different, fresh, exciting? So many people have built great businesses during these times. And yet others have been, you know, kind of just struggling along and just trying to make it through. So what side of the fence are you going to be on? Where are you now? And how can you shift to a greater way of being for yourself? So we're going to talk to all of you. We're going to answer your questions. We're just popping on for a little bit. I know normally you see me tomorrow night, which I'll be on for our Wednesday radio show. And of course, you get to see me on Sunday Fun Days when we broadcast on Sundays. But we thought, wow, we had a little opportune time. As I said, Helena was here. So we're going to kind of touch base with Helena and see, Helena, how you doing? If you get your microphone and see how the week is going. Because I got to tell everyone, the energy is really rough. I hear a lot of people telling me they're feeling stagnant and stuck and lethargic, tired. Some people are feeling like really out of sorts. Some people feel like they haven't gotten right since the time change. I mean, we supposedly gained an hour of sleep, but I don't know. Everyone's kind of walking around just kind of exhausted from 2020. So Helena, what's going on with you?
I am alive.
Oh, I see that.
I am a little dehydrated, so that's kind of where I need to pick up some of my own personal slack. But I definitely been feeling some of that lethargic and tired energy and really doing my best to kind of burst through that bubble.
You know, some people are talking about they're feeling stuck, like stalled, and they were creative. I got a message from someone, one of my students actually, and they're manifesting something. They're on a really good flow, and it's some creative project that they're getting ready to launch. It's really exciting. And I get excited when my students are excited. And so there he is thinking about what he's trying to put together, and now he's hit this plateau, and it's like nothing's coming. But I really feel a lot of it is relative to the energy that we're in, relative to the flow of blockages that are in the energetic field and in the planets. It's just like everything's trying to recalculate and get ready for this transformation, and change doesn't always come easily. It doesn't always come easily.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I saw this picture scrolling through Instagram today, and it was like, do you have the patience for your manifestation to be laid out brick by brick? And think about building a whole brick wall and how specific you got to be putting all that cement in between the bricks to place and fill it all right to make sure that wall's not going to fall down.
Yeah, and it's just got to be just so. And a lot of us quit before it's done. Because we just assume it's not going to happen, but it is going to happen. And you have this magical power inside of you to make anything happen. And I just don't say that to say that. I truly know that to be true. but you have to know it to be true. You have to feel the energy is possible to support all that you desire. And usually when we don't feel that way, it's because we don't feel worthy, or we've just become conditioned and life hasn't shown us anything differently. So our thought process is on more of the same. And we've got to really be the being that we want our life to be. And it takes discipline, and it takes connection. And it also takes you being creative in your being. You know, if there was a little mouse and he was in like a little maze, and he could smell the cheese, or he could smell the exit, however you want to phrase it, that little mouse is going to go up and down every little nook and cranny until they get there. But as humans, we kind of start through the maze and then we're like, oh, I give up. This isn't going to work. I can't do this. I'm tired. And we really get wussy. And we don't stand up and go, wait a minute, I can do anything. And then we play the tapes of all the things that haven't happened for us. And we say, well, what makes this circumstance or desired outcome any different? And what makes it different is how you view it and how you create with the energy. So we're going to answer your questions. We're going to tune in and answer just a few questions here tonight. So please pop your questions in the feed. And I do hope you join me tomorrow night for our show on the radio show. We'll be here on Facebook. We're going to do a general read for everyone. Then we're going to go specifically to your questions. So we got our mystical wisdom. I got some unicorn cards here. So I love these unicorn cards. So we're going to put our unicorn cards down. And we've got angel answers. It's beginning to look like Christmas, everyone. Did you see all the Christmas decorations out? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I just love it. Okay, we've got 3 mystical wisdom cards we're pulling for the group here. So I want you all to give a good thought as to what you want to create, what your questions may be. Keep that in your mind. We're going to do a specific collective reading just for love too, because I feel like we want to talk a little bit about love tonight, because it is heart to heart with Sarah Spiritual. So what would that be without love? So we got 3 unicorn cards that we're pulling from the deck here for our collective reading for everyone. And then we're going to go to the angel answers, and we're going to pull 3 cards from the angel answers. Let me just get all this and put it to the side. And then we're going to do a specific love reading for everyone too, because I kind of feel like we need to. So we're going to start with our mystical wisdom cards. And the first mystical wisdom card up here is choices. Make the best choices. You know, it's life is a series of choices, and I want you all to make your choices. Right here in the card it says choices. This is a time of choices, and how you handle what's going on in your life. So when you make a choice, you want to be strong enough to stand by it, but you also want to trust your intuition and make a choice that you're guided to make. And then the next card is gratitude. Interestingly enough, this is the month of gratitude, Thanksgiving. So this is a powerful time, and I love the beauty of this card. It's got the peacock feathers here. So it's time to be grateful, and you know, Thanksgiving is that. And then we have the owl. You know what I love about the owl? The owl tells us to follow your intuition. That's what the owl tells us to do. And the owl can see things that others cannot see. And many of you who know who your animal totem is, you know that your animal totem is an owl. And the owl is a very powerful, powerful animal totem. It always has a watchful eye. And you know, the owl can see its prey from miles away. It's got amazing sight. So this owl is your guard, your protection, and it encourages you to tune into your intuition and follow your intuition. And a lot of you here on the feed have been tapping into your intuition and using your intuition a little bit more. And then we're going to go to our unicorn cards. And we have the Four of Rods, and this really represents happiness and fulfillment and joy, connection, family, this community feeling, and this celebration. And sometimes it can represent a wedding, a ceremony. So for those of you looking for that life partner, the energy is telling us that you can create that in your envisioning. And then the next card from the unicorn cards is the Magician. And the Magician is the card of alchemy, of transformation. This is the card that lets you know you can do anything that is magical, anything that's transformative, and that you alone, you are the master magician in your own life. You're the co-creator, you're the artist. And as an artisan in collaboration with God, you can do anything. I just realized we have 4 unicorn cards, so we're going to follow the flow here. And then we've got the Five of Swords. And, you know, you've had your battles, and this has been an interesting year, and we've had to fight some battles, but you can walk away victorious. You can walk away from this year with something gleaned and gained, and something that is an accomplishment. Even if life isn't the same or doesn't feel the way you wanted it to feel, you can do this. And then we have the Eight of Cups. And sometimes we've got to learn when to walk away from something that doesn't work for us. Even though we want to look back but I want the past. I want the way things were. But sometimes we got to walk away. And it means relationships and ways of being. So now it's time, you know, for us to walk away from the things that don't serve us as we graduate into the 2021. As we graduate into the 2021. And what do you think of that so far, Helena?
We're digging the owl card from the mystical wisdom, and I think that battle card kind of signifies a lot for a lot of us. I think we've all been kind of going through our own little battle in some way through all of this.
We've all been. And let me give you the owl card again, because it's such a cool card here. Really powerful. I want to pick it up so you can kind of see and appreciate the beauty of it. I want to turn it so the light doesn't get it. There we go. It's a really beautiful card. So, and now we're going to pull our angel answers cards, and we're going to see what messages we've got here. Play. We've got to take more time to play, because it's been rough. So we want to take our time to play and enjoy. And I know we may not be able to play and enjoy the ways that we wanted to, but there are ways to relax and tune in. And also they're giving me this message that we've got to be more childlike, and we've got to honor the child within ourselves, because the next card up is the child. And we want to honor the child in ourselves, and we also want to honor our children. You know, they are our future. Whitney Houston has that song, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Right? So we've got to show them all the beauty that they have inside. And then we've got the love card, and I love this card from the angels. They talk about Cupid. Cupid's arrow is getting ready to strike and bring great, magical, loving moments to you. So just because we're not in the world that we thought we were going to be in, we've got this beautiful energy of Cupid. And that's a powerful, powerful tool. And Cupid is going to touch your hearts and bring true love to many of you who are watching. Love is in the air, in every sight and every sound. I can hear the song. Love is in the air, in every sight and every sound. So we've got that beautiful energy. So we're going to open up to just a few questions. We popped on to say, hey, how y'all doing on a Tuesday night? And it's been some interesting energy. So we just had a new moon. So we are in the new moon energy, so it's the perfect time to manifest. So Helena, what questions we got? Who do we have?
Let me see. We're pulling them up a little differently on our end, but
okay.
I can connect to YouTube our usual way, but
okay.
It's like pom-poms for Cupid.
Give me a C-U-P-I-D. What do you got? Cupid, which is also Archangel Shamuel, by the way, for those of you who are connected to the angels. Archangel Shamuel is our angel. So fire off a question for me, Elaine.
Ashley Marie, I see right here, says she's been having a lot of spiritual dreams but doesn't know why or the meaning of any of them. How can she make some sense of these?
Well, the first thing I'm going to suggest is that you get our dream spray. So we'll pop that up in the feed, the Sarah Spiritual Dream Spray. It helps you remember your dreams, keeps you protected. And if you remember your dreams, you have a better chance of having a deeper meaning because you'll be more aligned with spirit. And you know, the way you find this connection is, first of all, know that your spirit guides are working to tune you up to their vibe. They're tuning you, attuning you is the word I hear, so that you can feel their power in the dream state when your mind, which is a very busy place, Ashley Marie, they are trying to calm your mind down. So in the dream state, they're giving you all this information. And I also see from them that you're clearing up, so some things may never make sense, a lot of past experiences, and they're not limited to this lifetime, Ashley Marie. So just know that you're purging in the dream state, you're being trained in the dream state, and if you spray some Sarah Spiritual Dream Spray, which you can find on my website, sarahspiritual.com, it'll help you in this process of understanding, remembering, and remaining protected during the dream state. Who else do we have here?
Vanessa Fields, she's asking, will I get a better paying job? And she's also been seeing triple numbers 111, 444, and 555.
Well, focus your attention and your thoughts on what you want to manifest. 555 is telling you there's changes, and the 444, well, that means the angels are backing you up, and you are going to get a better paying job. And you are on right now, your major focus is the path of enlightenment, and that's what your angels are trying to tell you. I love this mystical wisdom card that I've got here. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, the card they give you. It is the card of enlightenment. And this card is here to support you on the journey of your recalibration with the angels, your guides, and the ascended masters which are working with you. But I do see better work, better paying job coming for you. And I do feel that there's a short span of time for that to come. And here we got the Queen of Pentacles. And Pentacles from my unicorn deck tell me that there's money coming to you. And I feel like there's some wisdom and a woman who's going to be strong and connected to the financial opportunity that's going to come your way. So thank you so much, Vanessa Fields, yes, for your Facebook question. Keep me on track, Helena. Who else do we have?
We got YouTube.
YouTube.
Her YouTube name is Define Normal. She's asking...
Well, let's explore that YouTube name, because this is like heart to heart and straight talk with Sarah Spiritual. Define normal. There is no definition of normal. I mean, we all thought we knew normal, and now we don't know normal. Okay, so there's a romantic interest. Ooh. So your romantic interest, define normal, has also got to work on some kinks in their financial outlook and their career. There's some movement in that direction. And for you, my dear, the way I see it here, that this is a time that you've kind of cleaned the slate, you're ready for new beginnings, and when I move you into your birthday month of next year, I see you in a relationship. I do feel that 2021 opens up a strong, intense, powerful energy of love, and then I feel like we're in a solid relationship by the time your next birthday comes. And by solid, I mean you kind of know that this is something that if we communicate and we do right by each other, this relationship is going somewhere. So just trust that everything's going to work out beautifully. I do see interest on their part. I just feel like their attention isn't quite 100% on focusing on romance at this minute. So just allow them their time to percolate in the feeling world, and I think they'll come along for the ride for you. Okay? Thanks so much for your YouTube question. Define normal.
Her name
I
is...
can't define normal.
Her name's Kim. She told us in the chat.
Kim. Okay. Thank you, Kim. Who else do we have?
Let's see here. I'm going through the Facebook feed a little different tonight.
Yes. So we're scrolling through.
Janet Munn, she found out her twin flame Ian has moved on and gotten engaged. Why? Please help.
Oh,
Please.
Lord. Ian, you didn't get the memo? Lord. All right. Ian has a journey. And, you know, it's hard. Sometimes, and I'm going to say something to you, Janet, that sometimes, Janet Munn, sometimes we think someone's our twin flame and they're really just a very complicated soul relationship. And it's just so intense for us that we want to claim it. You know, twin flame statement has now become the new overused word like soulmates used to be. And it used to be like, I want my soulmate. And I was like, oh Lord, don't say that too loud, because some soulmates, that's a whole hunk of trouble. Now, but I do feel there was a strong connection. I just feel as if he has a different version of his life that he wants to live right now. And if you believe that he is your soul connection and of more of a twin connection, then we send him love and light on his journey. But you say, I just know in the moment of now, this is what you're going to tell yourself, in the moment of now, in all of my being, that he is another piece of me. And that when the divine time is right, our paths will cross again, and the divine time be right in this lifetime. And if it's meant to be, he will go off, he will do what he's going to do, and then he'll be working his way back to you, girl. What's that song? I'm working my way back to you, girl, with a burning love inside. Yes, I'm working my way back to you. Think it over, right? So it's this energy coming to you. So if he's gone off in a different direction, the why is because that's where he of his free will is pulling. And that's not unusual from a very intense soulmate relationship and or maybe a twin flame time. So who else do we have?
Let's see here. We got Yai Jimenez. She's having a surgery this week, wondering, should I postpone it further? And I also have a second breast surgery to correct the first one. They're trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, so they're correcting the first one. Well, I'm not a doctor. I can't give you any medical advice. But I feel like you don't have the faith in what you are about to do. So perhaps it's something that has to be done, but maybe the moment in time is not the right moment in time for you. So Yai, right? Is that how you say her name? Yai?
I think so.
Yai. It's not the right time for you. Although I'm not a doctor, but see if you can postpone. Because if within your spirit you're finding resistance, and I'm going to say this to everyone, follow your intuition. What if it's not about the surgery, but what if it's something else that wouldn't happen any other way unless you show up there that day? But it's the something else that could happen that your intuition's saying, hey, you know what? You're focusing on this surgery, but there's really something else that's going to go on, and you need to be available for it, or you need to not be there so that doesn't happen. So follow your intuition. And if it's not medically necessary at this very minute, I see that it's medically necessary, but maybe it's not medically necessary at this very moment, then just wait and give a little bit more space to this decision and find a time that resonates better with you. And then Mercury goes back to retrograde. I can't believe it. We just got out of it, but I'm just going to clue you in. I think it's the end of January into the very beginning through February. So whatever that time frame is, do not go to surgery then either. So maybe it'll be in a few weeks, a few months. I don't know. You got to check. But if you don't feel right about it, follow your intuition. You know, we are all spiritual, and we all have this ability, very strong ability, to know what's right for us. So I want you all to honor that energy. Who else do we have here, Helena?
You were right about that Mercury retrograde, January 31st to February 21st.
Can we tell I looked it up? Because the past few here in 2020 have been such a blast. I was like, oh Lord, get me ready for Mercury retrograde 2021, because Lord knows what's going to happen next. Oh, Jiminy Crickets, what are we going to do? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's just interesting. Who else do we have?
I think we need to talk to Miss Dawn Hawkins. She's
Hawkins.
feeling a little lost and alone. She's wondering, are things going to get any better? Any advice?
Dawn, next year actually kind of shifts your energy in financial matters for you. And I'm going to put down some unicorn cards for you because, Dawn, this is actually a time of self-reflection for you. And I feel like you feel as if everybody has put their stuff on you and you need to take your power back. And I see a shift in finances and work coming for you. And we're going to pick 3 cards for my unicorn deck. Oh, no, 4 because they're sticking together. And we're going to see what the story is here for you. And let's see here. Okay, so right now you are feeling tied up, like you are a prisoner in your own experience. And you have this energy of feeling like you've been, been the victim of some happenings here. You've been betrayed. And here I have work and money coming to you. I feel like you're putting the emphasis on what you need to do coming in the future. And I feel like you've got choices. And you have to pay attention to the choices. And you have to learn to walk away from things that don't serve you. So this is still making me feel as if you are, even though I understand we're in a tough spot, you're in some kind of victim mode. You're feeling like you don't have control of your life anymore. You're feeling tied up. You're feeling stuck. I'm seeing that there's this energy of money that's coming to you through some diligence, some discipline. It's going to come to you. And I feel like, you have to, kind of let go of things and walk away. I'm going to pull another card because there's a little more to the story here. And we have the Queen of Rods, and she's bringing you the victory. She's giving you the victory and the celebration here, and I feel like she's in a place of power. So as you pass through all of this, this is telling me that you're going to find yourself in a place of power. And when I put you in the place of power, I'm going to place you in this energy of January, February. Things really start to shake out in a better form for you so that you can feel more empowered and more financially stable and not feeling like everyone's putting their responsibilities and their stories and problems on you, because I feel like people are kind of pushing you down. Who else do we have here?
Let's check out our YouTube friends.
How we doing, YouTube?
Let's go to Marlene. She's wondering, do you see a new relationship for her? And as she typed it, she saw 444. I see the timestamp.
I see the time. I see the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. Let's see what we got here for you, Marlene. We're going to stick with my unicorn cards. They are talking a story here. Talking happy talk here. We got 3 unicorn cards coming up for Miss Marlene. And, I feel like love is coming. And I feel like, let's pull this back here for me a second. I want to check with her. I see here, thinking out of the box. Next year, if you think out of the box and change the pattern of things you do, coming into next year, there's a love for you. And you know what? Even though you've had some difficulties because of your prayer, the swords of sorrow have not touched you. You are protected. Those who have maybe not held good space for you have not been successful. You are victorious because you are the warrior of your own dreams and what you desire. And here I see the 2 of Cups, which is the relationship card. So you asked a question. My unicorn cards, they answered. And they're telling you, honey, yes, there is union, commitment, connection coming. and it is a betrothal. So we're going to have a real committed relationship coming. So hold the space. Looks like 2021, even though you've done your share of battles, is going to be a good one. Who else do we have here?
One second, just letting everybody know you can call into the radio show tomorrow night. We're just on Facebook right now doing Facebook questions and YouTube.
Could you imagine if it's ringing at the radio station? They'll be like, oh my God, Sarah Spiritual. You know the phone rings
all the time there.
about like a half hour before I even get there. People are like calling. They're like, Sarah, they're calling for you. And then it's like, so if you want to talk on the phone with me, and I love doing that, call us at 888-565-1470 tomorrow, not today, and we'll talk and ask your question live on air. It's really a lot of fun. Who else do we have here?
Let me go to Facebook. Marlene said thank you on YouTube.
You're welcome, Marlene. And before we leave, we're going to do our love reading here. So,
speaking of love, Desiree Bermudez is asking about a long-term relationship with Brian. Is that going to happen?
yeah, I see Jessica had a comment too. So thank you, Jessica, for your comment. She says, wow, she's on point. Well, thank you, Jessica. My spirit guides are on point. I just report the news. I take no credit here. Desiree, yes, indeed. Do I see a long-term relationship with Brian? Well, okay. Let's talk about Brian. Brian is doing his best, but Brian is going through a series of changes. His mission was this year to create something bigger or expand. He really has something good that he's supposed to be working on for himself that's personal and important to him in his land of accomplishments. I'm going to tell you that 2021, having nothing to do with the pandemic, is going to prove to be a time of change for him. And that's when he decides whether he's really able to be in a long-term relationship or not. I feel like there's contemplation. My spirit guides tell me there's some type of move or change that comes for him in 2021. And I feel like that happens before his next birthday. And that's how he handles these upcoming changes, my darling. It's going to be, Desiree, how things really come together. You need to have, oh my goodness, we got 3 unicorn cards, and oh my goodness, I got to tell you, with regard to this relationship, stay strong. We got the strength card. So you have to stay strong in what you know and what you feel and how you believe it to be. Now, I don't mean be delusional. I mean, there's a connection. Will we have a long-term relationship? This has not been decided yet individually, and in the energy, it has not been made official. So when the universe hasn't said, this is how it's going to be, it's still subject to change. And there's something about Brian that makes me feel like he can be a bit of a hermit. He can kind of go inside. He's kind of heady. He gets in his head a lot. So you have to respect that, and you both have to, not let your moods interrupt the flow. But I do see that for you, as far as love's concerned, they're bringing us the world. So you're going to have the fulfilled life as you desire it. And here's this beautiful card. She's looking a little risque there, holding up her, holding up the world on one hand. But, hey, we don't have kids watching, do we? No. Okay, so she's partially clothed with the unicorn. I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. But the bottom line is you've got the world for you on a silver platter coming. So don't rush anything. Don't push. Don't pressure. Remember, boys chase, women choose. Remember that. All right, who else do we have here, Helena?
Let me see here. We got all these questions. I wanted to get here to, let's go to Nesh.
Nash Donaldson.
She would like to have another baby, but it would likely require a medical procedure first. Does Spirit have any advice for this situation?
My spirits do say, I know you said you would like to have another baby, but my spirits tell me that you can also, there's a lot of lovely children that are looking for homes, so you may want to consider that. There's also no guarantee, my spirit guides tell me, that this procedure is foolproof. So you may have another procedure and it may not all work. So we have to think long and hard if that's what we really want. But if you choose that, the card that comes up here from the Ask Your Angels is steady progress. If you decide you want to have another baby, Nesh, then make the steady progress in that direction, and let the angels and the guides take care of the rest. Remember, when we can't control an outcome, what do? We surrender it to God. We give it up to the universe so that we don't have to feel the weight of the world, okay? Who else do we have?
Hang on, there we go. Hold on here. Oh my God, look at all these questions. What do we do?
So many questions. Here we go.
We got Leanne Lockwood. She's feeling like she's winging it all. Any guidance in where she's winging it?
Okay, so first of all, this year is about your soul journey. The soul knows the journey of who you are, who you've come to be. The soul knows the journey, why you're here and who you are. So you've got to still your mind a little bit here, Leanne, because it's time. There's money coming to you through dedication and work. Focus on the tasks at hand. Walk away from the things that no longer serve you. And they also tell me to tell you that you have, even though you're not feeling like you're in sync, there is a financial windfall. Let me say that again. There's a financial windfall of abundance that comes through your efforts, but that get backed by the universe and increases the amount. And that is with our unicorn ace of pentacles. So that means that there is prosperity coming for you. There's like a rebirth, but there's a financial rebirth. So keep winging it, honey. What you think is just haphazard and scattered is keeping momentum going until all the pieces fall in the right place. So you keep doing that. Let's take another couple of questions before we do our general love session. And then, of course, we're going to bid you all farewell because this was a surprise pop-up with Sarah Spiritual. I know I'm supposed to be watching Hallmark movies, but oh well.
Aw.
That's later. So. We got our little Hallmark movie night stuff we do here, so I just like watching happy stuff here, people. Can't watch the news, that's for sure. They make me think it's the world's coming to an end. All right, what do we got going on?
I want to get to this question from Brianna Jane. She says, I feel I have lost my power in my relationship over the past 5 years and can't seem to return back to my fierce self. Any advice?
You know, that's a great question. Because it makes me feel like you're walking on eggshells and you haven't been able to express yourself and you're not being heard. And rather than have conflict, you just existing. It's not that you've lost your fierce self. It's that you realize that some of the things that you would say are almost futile in the relationship. So rather than go back, as I had said in the beginning of the show, rather than go back to be the person you were, recalibrate, reinvent yourself, and practice your intimate conversations with self first. Reassuring self that you are safe and that you are going to protect yourself and that you're worthy of the relationship and the communication that you desire. And then you have to begin to slowly and gently break the patterns that have made you fall into this role of submissiveness, which is really not who you are. And I'm talking about personality-wise, I'm talking about emotionally. You've become submissive to their version of what life is supposed to be. Seven of Pentacles tells me that with some hard work, we're going to get there. You're going to have advancement. And I see your success. This is your victory. We've got the Seven of Rods, and you're raising it up to the heavens like, yes, I've done it. So you're going to put yourself there. And the Seven of Cups lets us know that there is a beautiful energy of spiritual beings associated with you, your guides, your angels, and all the beauty of the connections of relationships that are supporting you. So stand in that energy of the Seven of Cups and know that relationships and love are very much around you, and it all begins with self-love. We might not get our fierce self back because maybe our fierce self was our protective self. But maybe the self that we are evolving to is the self that is ultimately our divine self, where there's the balance of speaking our truth but not having to be fierce and the lions roar. We can just be soft and meek and gentle as a mouse and speak our truth. And that doesn't mean we're being submissive. We're just gently, gracefully speaking our truth. And, you know, when someone speaks softly and gently, other people are much more lined up to agree and follow suit with you than when you come at someone in your fierce, powerful self. You've evolved, my dear, so even though you feel like you've kind of given up some aspects of your personality to accommodate someone else, you can recalibrate that and make it be a tool for you to be your even best self yet. Thank you so much for that question. It's a powerful question because it happens very often. Very often. Who else do we have here?
Let's see. Kind of going in order-ish. Candace Ann Rowe, she says her ex-boyfriend Stefan's missing. His dad contacted her, but she hasn't seen him in 3 years. She's wondering, is he all right, and will he ever be a part of her life again?
You know, I kind of feel like that chapter has closed, and, you know, we're going to send energy that he is okay, because I kind of feel like the vibe around him is kind of gray. So that makes me feel like he's not in the best place, not in the best frame of mind. I don't know if there's a depression or an addictive behavior with him, but it's got that dark feel. So what I say to you is, you know, send love and light, but I don't really feel like he's going to be a part of your life again in a relationship form. And ask the angels and Archangel Michael to protect him. Bring the questions up a minute. I want to take a look at, thought I saw something by, go to Susan. Susan said something about a sad heart. Susan Kleinfeld, where is that question?
I'm not sure if I can find it, so maybe way back. I actually retyped it for us.
Susan Kleinfeld, if you're hearing this, oh, please pick me. I'm so sad today. Hi, my name is Susan. Susan Kleinfeld, give us your birthday, please. So I can, okay, hi, Sarah, very sad tonight. Give me a message from her father or my best friend, Millie. I'm very heartbroken tonight. I've been crying all day. She has a lot going on. You know, Susan, first of all, I need your birthday to really make a strong connection to your dad, but what I want to say to you is this, that the energy around you makes me feel as if you're very protected. I actually don't just see your dad, and I see a woman who stands there as well, but she stands above you in the grandmother role on the mom's side of the family, Susan. So I'm feeling like we've got a female energy of grandmother. They're showing me a lot of love around you. I also feel as if you've kind of lost hope in the momentum that you have in your life, and things are kind of slowing up for you. Okay, November 25th, 64. So grandmother's with you. I'm not getting dad to come through just yet. That might be a good question for you to ask for us tomorrow night here. But I have that you are going to be all right. And I've got strong energy, Susan, of love, protection. Grandmother is kind of giving me this energy of, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, there's a warmth coming from her. There's a warmth coming from her. Let's join me tomorrow night. Let's see if we can tune into this a little bit more. Check in with our radio show, because I want to see if I can pull that up for you. We were just getting ready to close, but something caught it, and I really think that you have a very strong, powerful intuitiveness that's going on with you as well. You're going through a major transformation, and this energy is really, it's time for you to kind of step out of the box of the routine. And I know that you never thought you would be at this juncture that you're on at this moment in your life, Susan. Like, this isn't where you envision yourself to be, but I'm seeing this really magnificent second half of life. So your angels are saying, don't give up hope. Everything's going to recalibrate. They cannot bring your dad back, but know that he's always with you. And tomorrow night, I think we were just talking about, I'm going to play one of the songs that I wrote about missing a loved one on the show. So I do hope you join us for our Wednesday show. Let's pull one more question here before we do our love reading, because we got to get our beauty sleep here.
Yes, yes. Let's see. Paula Dunkley, she says, I failed in school. Is there any hope for me? I feel like a loser.
Okay, Paula, you failed kind of. You didn't necessarily fail the whole thing. You failed a part of it, and you weren't really prepared, and it's really hard to go back to school after you've been out of school for a while. So Paula Dunkley, hashtag you're not a failure, and I see that next year gives you new insight, and I really feel like we don't have to do the whole thing over. There's a part of it we have to do over, and you will be fine. And I feel like that does not measure your success. I know you feel as if it does, but it does not measure your success. Thank you, Paula Dunkley. You will be fine. You are not, I repeat, a loser. We're going to pull some love cards here because we know it's the holidays and everybody wants a little love. So we're going to pull 3 cards to close with here as our loving messages, because we did say that we are going to talk to you heart to heart. So I thought, what better way to end our little pop-up session with all of you with some wonderful energy of hearts. So for those of you looking for love, we got a soulmate. Your soulmate is on the way. There is love that is part of your divine destiny, and this is coming to you. And here's this beautiful soulmate card that tells us that love is your answer, and we are going to bring that soulmate to you. So we close out this 2020 year with love coming for those of you wanting to create love. And what I love about these oracle cards is such beautiful pictures. And so we've got this beautiful love picture here. The next is a beautiful energy that says you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. I think that's so appropriate. A blessing will be revealed through turmoil for many of the questions that we've had here with us tonight. So we've got this beautiful energy here of the dove of peace. Through the turmoil, love will be restored. And here they tell us to embrace each other because our missing pieces will be found. In the embrace of love's sweet surrender, you can find the missing pieces in your life and put them together with your partner. So 3 beautiful love cards for us as we close out this wonderful pop-up for all of you. And I thank you all for joining us. Pop on in with us tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. We're going to be live on national radio. You can catch us on WWNN, on iHeartRadio. You can go to iHeartRadio and listen to me wherever you are, anywhere in the country. We're heard live in the national radio circuit here in people's cars in South Florida. And of course, you can catch me on YouTube. You can catch me here on Facebook. You can see me on Periscope. And you can also see me on my Sarah Spiritual page live. We broadcast the show there as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's been a great surprise visit. We send much love and light to the Providence of Canada that was having problems with their internet because I was part of a teaching class and they really had to reschedule. So I thought, hey, we're ready. We're here. Let's give from our heart to your heart, heart to heart, soul to soul. Together, we navigate the end of 2020, and together we can make a difference in this world. Just remember to be kind to one another, and remember that you are light and you are love. And good night, and I am Sarah Spiritual.